It's your boy J Rock, and I am coming at you with another episode of the J Rock Show. And my special guest this week is Lank. Lank, how are we doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling great. It's my first time being on a J Rock show. I'm so excited and I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Well, today we're going to talk about the Neo region. And you know how we do it on the J Rock Show, Lank? We do draft style stuff. And so we're going to comprise a starting five and a six man, but it has to be a player strictly from the Neo region.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited for this.
All right.
Brings a lot of names to mind already, but I know it's probably on your list too. Let's
That's
do it.
without a doubt. All right, so Lank, in honor of you being special guest, you will get first pick.
Great. And before we start, I want to say um, about the production team and everything going on in the media right now. I hope they get all that squared away. We do love them here at SimWorld, and hopefully everything gets mapped out soon. But yeah, as moving forward, whew, this is a tough one. From the Neo region, there are a lot of scorers here. There is few and far between a big man. So for me, my first pick, not going in order, I'm going to go with the forward position. Actually, no, I'm going to guard and I'm taking Towns. I'm taking that man, Jay Towns from Reigning Trays.
All right,
Best scorer out here right now, in my opinion.
I like that. I like that. Can't go wrong with the Missouri commit. And with my
Right.
first pick, hmm. With my first pick, I am going to go with the big, intimidating presence on the interior. I'm going to go with Trey Hyman.
I knew that was coming. It was either that or take Jeffrey Towns. So yeah, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. He's probably the most dominant player we have in SimWorld right now.
That goes to
Okay.
say without question. So your second pick.
My second pick, now that you took my big man, I'm probably going to go back to the forward that I wanted to take at the beginning. I'm going to go Suna Chapa.
I like that.
I'm going to go with Suno.
That.
Yeah, Chapa style. I'm going with him. Averaging about 18.3 points a game, also 4.5 assists and 4.5 rebounds. He's everywhere on the court. I need that.
And that quickness is going to be vital to that lineup. You
Absolutely.
2-3 punch right there already.
That's it. That's it. Give them the ball. Get out the way. Set some screens. Let's roll.
Without question. And hmm, I think
Do it to me, J Rock. I feel like I know where you're going. Don't do it.
with this pick, I think I am going to go with. I'll slot him at the three. I'm gonna go with the dunk god Kevon Jackson.
Knew it was coming.
Brings
Absolutely. That's a great pick.
brings a lot. He's hit a couple threes on the season, 15 threes at 31%. 19 points. He can rebound and he can facilitate as well. So I think that versatility is going to be very much needed.
Absolutely. Not to mention that you have two of the best dunkers in Simwell right now in Dunk God and Trey Hyman. It's a great start.
All right.
All right. For my third pick, I want to go with a I want to go with a pure guard, somebody who's going to kind of move the ball for us. Not necessarily a crazy scorer, but I'm going from Rocky Mountain. I'm going Dink Pate, averaging about 4.3 assists a game. I need that ball movement. I really don't need him to score that much, but he's still averaging 15 points a game, J Rock. I mean, that's still great.
I like
So
that
I think I'm
pick.
gonna go with him as my pure point guard.
I like that pick. Dink Pate has been really a revelation the Rocky Mountain thus far this season. He
Hmm.
has been a big time revelation. And
Absolutely.
so I've got my five and my three. Who do I want to go with here? I think I am going to look shooting guard.
Hmm.
I am going to go with Barkley James as
Mm,
ball guard. You know,
wow.
like the shoot.
Great pick. I thought you were gonna go with Benari instead of Barkley. That hey, okay. I like it.
You
I
know,
like it.
I like the shooting punch he'll bring to the two spot, and I think he'll slot in nicely with the way I kind of envision this roster.
Sure. Love it. Okay. Um, I need to go somewhat of a big man now. I feel like I got my 1 through 3 set. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna move Ari Wells down to center since he's 6'10", almost 260. I think he can match up well with Trey. I'm gonna go with Tyree.
All right, I like that. I like that. Tyree Wells, at
Mm-hmm.
freak for Cascadia.
Right.
And so now I am looking point guard here with this pick, and I want to go with someone who kind of is the whole package. And this guy,
Mm-hmm.
mind, you know, hasn't really gotten to show of a lot of what he can truly do on the court. Given the situation and where he's what and his team. But I'm gonna go with Juwan Harris as my point guard.
Wow, the pit bull. I love it.
I like
The old pit bull can guard anybody. I love that pick.
he has flashed absolute, lockdown defense at times. Can prove he can shoot the three ball. The only thing is, he hasn't been a lot of a facilitator, but with already having Trey and Kevon on the squad, it's going to take a lot of that pressure off him, and I think kind of you know open up their game a bit more.
Absolutely. Love that pick. Okay. All right. Well, rounding out my starting lineup. I know we still have to pick a 6 man, but rounding out my starting lineup, a tough pick. I'm gonna go at the 4. I think I'm gonna go with Justin Bell
I like that. I like that.
from Rocky Mountain, averaging 16.3 a game, 4 rebounds, shooting 49%. I think that can round it out for us right there.
I mean, Justin Bell has been very consistent for Rocky Mountain thus far this season, and that goes without question. I mean, the games I have seen him in person, he has absolutely just dominated on the offensive end.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
But you got at your 5th, Rob.
for the fifth pick, I gotta kind of look for here, and I'm gonna go with a guy with a lot of size, can stretch the floor. I'm gonna go with Trevion Sherwood
Ooh.
as my 4.
Ooh. Wow. I did not see that coming. You said a big stretch the floor. I almost thought you were gonna go Jason Crosser. That's where I thought you were going with it, 7-2. But I like that pick. That's a great pick.
All right, now who are you taking for your sixth man spot with your final pick?
You know, this pick I was hoping that you would not take, but it's honestly to go without saying that he should be higher on both of our lists. I'm going with Cole Webb as my 6 man. Showtime. Him
All
coming
right,
off the bench and just absolutely providing a spark for us.
that that goes to say without question. I mean, gives you a big time scoring punch coming off the bench.
Right. He should be starting on anybody else's team, right? Like he's starting if we
Yeah,
look at it as
without a
at
doubt.
the just amount of points he puts up and where he is on the floor. But I'm glad he dropped that far. No shade to Cole Webb, great scorer. But as my 6 man, he's coming in and he's absolutely taking over the game.
I like that. I like that. All right, now there's a couple guys I have in mind for my sixth man spot. I look at a guy like Benari still being on the board, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to go. I want to go a different way. Respect to Benari James and what he can do, but I just want to go in a different direction with this pick. And it could go big man. I really like the game of DeMarcus Owens. To be honest, he's been
Yep.
the most consistent player in terms of efficiency for Beyond the Arch and, the season in which they have struggled. But I'm going to
Sure.
go with Arlo Cook. 6
Ooh, I
can
like that.
score, can
Mm-hmm.
rebound, and to be quite frank, I think he could play the 1 through the 4, if not the at least the 2 through the 4. His game is just
Absolutely.
versatile.
I love that pick.
All right, so to
You got a squad over there.
yeah, so do you, man. So do you. All right, so to recap, Lank, you've got Japheth Towns as your 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You've got Suno Chapa as your 3.
Yep.
And then Dink Paint as your point guard.
Yep.
You've got Tyree Wells as your big man in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then Justin Bell as your 4 with Cole Webb coming off the bench.
That's it. That's the squad right there.
All right, and then I've got the Pitbull, Jawan Harris. I like that as my point guard with Barkley
Absolutely.
being my 2 guard. Got Kevon on the wing, and then Trevion Sherwood at the 4, and Big Trey Hyman off the 5 with Arlo Cook coming off the bench.
It's gonna be tough to stop you in the paint. That's where I'm worried about right there, man.
But you've got
A lot of downhill threats.
but you've got some scoring punch at your 2 and 3 spots, and I think that's one of your strengths is your scoring and your speed between Japheth Towns and Suno Chapa. That's going to be hard to stop, but I've
Sure.
faith in this squad that they can do it. I'd have faith, but everyone get in the comments in the thread down below and tell us who you think got the best in this matchup. And Lank, thank you for joining me on the show, my man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Hopefully it's not the last time.
You will definitely be back at some point. The invitation is always there, my brother.
Love it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the J Rock Show. See y'all next week. And as always, see the game, be the game.